Hello and welcome to Traditional Painting the Digital Way. This is where I use digital painting apps to teach traditional painting techniques. This is another study in our quick studies series, and we're going to be looking at how to do background trees. And we're going to be using Infinite Painter for Android. And here I just wanted to start with a sort of a toned paper to give the impression of a sky. And so what you want to do when you're doing background trees is make at least a couple of layers. And so we want to start out with the very distant trees. And these are going to be like maybe aspen trees, or there'll be apple trees in an orchard, or some kind of leafy tree. And so I'm taking a light purple color or light violet color. And if you're following along with traditional paints, you can use dioxazine purple and add a whole bunch of white acrylic gesso and just make it a really light color. And then take your bristle brush and dab it on the canvas and make sure that you have jagged round shapes. And then for the next layer, you want to add a little bit more purple and make it a little bit darker. And for the third layer, you want to make it darker still because it will be a little bit closer to you. Now keep in mind these are still in the background, so they're going to look indistinct and sort of just uneven and jagged and sort of leafy. And I like to use the Pollock brush in Infinite Painter to get this look. And so here I'm just adjusting the colors and the brush, and I want to go ahead and add a little bit of an indication of some branches. So I'm using a very light purple color again for the background because it's going to be really indistinct, and so the trees usually look purplish, or they look really light blue or a very light green. And so I'm drawing in some little tiny twigs on the darkest layer there, and you can go back in and do a darker color and add little tiny twigs to the other two layers. And then you can use your script brush to do that. And then here I wanted to just add a little bit of some grass to show that it's distant trees there, and I'm just kind of smudging that in. It's not going to be very detailed either. It's going to be very distant, and that just shows that these trees are maybe at the edge of a field or something, and they're distant, and so they're going to look very jagged there on the edges. And then here I wanted to add a little bit of color, so we can say that these are aspen trees, so I've added a tiny bit of yellow. Again, you don't want it real bright though. You want kind of a distant look, and you just add a little bit of yellow to these trees, but don't cover up all the purple. You want the purple to show through because that shows that they're distant. And this might be a fall scene or something, so you can either add yellows, or you can add oranges or very light reds, just something to give some indication that there's color in the trees, but we don't want real big details just yet. And here I'm just kind of working on trying to find a little bit more of a brush that kind of makes the meadow there look a little bit more jagged and uneven. And we just want to go ahead and just kind of give the indication of trees. We're not trying to get real detailed because these are going to be way in the background of your painting. So this concludes our little quick study of background trees. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you so much for your support. If you have any questions or suggestions about what you would like to see next, leave them in the comments down below, and I will catch you later.